So it seems like year after year, everybody's finally got what they wanted, right? Basically, like a decade, or you could say 2 decades. For decades now, Vince is finally looks like Vince is finally out of control. The old man geezer, out of touch. That's out of touch where reality is. Casted aside. He's basically no in touch, no more next to all of, anything to do with WWE's product or basically as a whole. Just from a financial standpoint, it looks like. So, yeah. Looks like everybody got what they wanted, right? Triple H is head honcho. The man in charge. The man to answer to. The man that controls it all. The king of WWE. Yeah, while Stephanie is now I guess you could say paper CEO, but basically like the other side, the CEO, yeah, if you want to say the CEO of WWE, paper wise. So yeah, that day is officially here. Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. Basically the McMahon Helmsley, the Helmsley McMahon era is officially in session, back in session. There's only one problem. I feel like there's only one problem with this. I pretty much said it before. I watched Raw last night also, and for the first night, too, let's say it wasn't so bad. It was decent, but obviously there could have been much more done. Like I said, if you saw what I said on Twitter, I've said this, man. I'm not trying to wait. I'm not waiting weeks. I'm not waiting months. I'm not waiting for shit. I'm not waiting for that. I want so-called change. I want shit done now. I want to see shit moving in place now. I want to be engaged. And I've pretty much made it like a number, like a small number of videos on this already, on what I think about Triple H being in power. And sorry, I said I don't like it. I think this is gonna bite WWE back. It's probably gonna send them way down the ladder, down to the depths of black. Way worse, extremely worse. And it's, with the stuff, because when you think about it, the stuff he did, it was like in the beginning kind of good, but once it got to, he turned it into an indie circuit massacre. You had just dudes with no character at all, and it was just extremely painfully boring. Nobody wanted to engage with it. Nobody. No matter who tells you, the fat midget called JD, whatever those idiotic, stupid marks try to tell you. NXT Black and Gold was trash. It was straight up garbage. Nobody watched it. Triple H has somewhat good insight, but as far as like running the whole thing, I don't know if he should be doing that. Like I pretty much said it before too. This is a really extremely a bad idea. The Click running the place, running this business. I don't think that's a very good idea, and it's not gonna help them in the long run. I don't know, because this. Even scares me even more. I don't know what they're going to do, because he runs everything now. Bruce Pritchard reports to him. Kevin Dunn, I've heard also, and kind of heard some insight also from other people too, that he might be out. It's a rumor, but it's looking like, because Vince McMahon's full circle of yes men, his crew, is basically kicked out. John Laurinaitis, Kevin Dunn, Bruce Pritchard, basically, they're all gone. They're all out of power, you can say. And the clique is running things. Like I said, I don't think this could prove very bad because, like I said, I don't like the fact. When you think about the fact, just think about the fact of how, it might be good. It's turned out to be good, great for his heart. It's things like that. Hopefully, he's able to handle this and to be able to handle all the load and everything like that, and be able to move on with this. It's like I have a few suggestions that they can do. It's like everybody does, man. It's like they could have, because I don't want to hear, it takes time. Like I said, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that shit. Vince, when he was in charge, still in charge, but I guess you could say, out there, basically, I'll say, but when he was in charge, he still, everything came to him. He still had every idea on the drawing board to go through him. And he ripped it up. Even at last minutes, he ripped it up if he didn't like it. So Triple H can do the same. But it's like there's no idea that you can switch last minutes, man. I'm not, like I said, it's like, but I said I'll give them the week, man. I'll give them the week. Okay, I'll give him that. But it's like he still can make changes to the show. Like, leading up to the show, like, he could have made a lot of changes. Because it was, before the show even started. Because once again, under 12 hours, Triple H had assumed, basically, to run amok. He's become the king of kings of WWE. So, there's no problem where, when he should be. If we can really initiate things, because now everybody answers to him. So I feel like him being in charge, like I said, I pretty much had said what I said on that. I think this is gonna completely flop. WWE is really gonna regret this going into the future. I said I love the man and everything like that, considering I say he's one of the obviously he's one of the GOATs. He contributed, and he was one of those giants in the Attitude Era. And Ruthless, and contributed and was a top star of the Ruthless Aggression Era. I'm not saying that, but it's like, as far as like over time as it got to him really taking the reins, he hasn't proven that. And he's only proven that he straight up failed, and he doesn't have what it takes to lead the company in greener pastures. I feel like they can do it more with a few suggestions. I feel like they can, if you really want to exact some change, you can have a Paul Heyman. Like, you can have a Paul Heyman on talent when it comes to that. Like, go up and ask Paul Heyman that he can be on talent relations. So he can, because not to have all that, Triple H not to have all that load, take some load off himself and some stress, and you can, put the, give some that, let Paul, search and feed for talent, because we already know that how good Paul Heyman is at searching for talent and having a knack to search the next superstar. So Paul, I feel like Paul should be into that role. And when it comes to a part of the team, I don't know. Considering what had Jeff Jarrett, I don't know if Jeff Jarrett should be involved in anything that has to do with the product. So I'm gonna say I don't really know about that. So I'm gonna have to click a no on that. But I feel like they should bring Vince. He should bring Vince Russo back. And I probably know some of y'all have to say about that, considering his, because everybody makes mistakes and everybody has a bad past. So I'm not trying to hear that. If Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman can come back and they can even become general managers, or they can become they were at one point like the creative heads of creative of Raw and SmackDown, that I believe that obviously Vince Russo can come back to the creative team and, yeah, help Triple H. Yeah, I feel like that. When you have Paul Heyman on talent relations, then, get Vince Russo back and him become a part, because he had some extreme, he had really good, really tasteful good when it came to his content, and, him writing up stories, and his storytelling was really, because people don't know about that, or don't want to know about to forget that about how much he contributes to the Attitude Era. So I feel like he would be a big part into the creative team, and I feel like somebody else also would. I would say Jim Cornette, but no. Yeah, he has a lot of issues, a lot of problems within himself. Yeah. Yeah, he kind of speaks for himself, so yeah, that's an obvious no. But I feel like they should just search for more great prospects that's not in Hollywood. They should, search for some really great prospects that can, pitch. That's all about, hey, that could pitch really great ideas for, characters or storytelling, all that, booking, yeah. And it's like, yeah, going to the future. So I feel like that's what they need to do first. Get Vince Russo back, put Paul Heyman in the talent relations role. I feel like Eric can come back. Yeah, Eric Bischoff, he can probably have some insight too on the creative team. Give him a chance. And yeah, obviously have I think I just said what I see. Paul Heyman and bring that whole team back. Paul Heyman and Vince Russo and Eric Bischoff, and just they can search for some other great prospects to be a part of the team and everything like that. So really have surging a new product and having this product kick off. Y'all could let me know too if how who can be really some great prospects that y'all think that can propel the product going forward. It'd be like a real big help to the creative team. But yeah, I feel like I'm praying and everything like that Triple H is able to pull it off and do it this time, I guess, and really don't mess up the NXT we have now. I feel like there should definitely be some changes, like the color, the logo a bit, just everything about that. The art, I feel like the design and the artistic design and the looks of the show of the NXT brand should be definitely changed, absolutely changed. But to sit here and whine and complain, you have your fat midget marks that's so about, like I said, everybody likes what they likes, but when it comes to having really to growing and having an extreme, having a really great that expands to all demographics and having a really because make no mistake about it, like I said before, whether you want to deny it or not, everybody grew up and everybody's liked characters. All from that Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression Era, they were all characters. And meshed with, terrific storytelling. So you could tell so you could act like and pretend, play patty cake and try to pretend like you don't. But yeah, it's try to wallow in the past on when it comes to the black and gold NXT brand. It was horrible, horrific. It was like a horror TV show. It was like Resident Evil on Netflix. No, we don't need that coming back. Not at all. That would be a huge step back into the direction of what Vince was contributed to the fact too. Like I said, also because it's not like he was trying to be against everyone else of them too. I would say Shane probably would come back. Hopefully he can come back, but he's really not, because they really clashed. So that's why I like Shane, because he probably kind of don't agree with what was going on with their, as far as in the product, the downfall of the product. So I'll probably talk more in the future about that. So yeah, that's the reason why he's not there. And yeah, it's not like with Triple H, because he was like purely against. Like I said, like you can all you say about all you want. Triple H is he's pretty much a Vince guy. He's all his life. The Click, he's like pretty much been a Vince guy. So is Shawn Michaels. You know, they both of them were. Triple H has been a Vince guy his whole life. So it's like this whole thing about, you know, Triple H against Vince McMahon and, you know, their peoples and everything like that. They're all pretty much in the same boat. You know, at that time, but when he said numerous times, and I, you know, in an interview or like, but when he came out numerous times and said, if you don't like, when people asked about the down quality of the NXT show, they say, if you don't like it, then don't watch. And that was when also the NXT Black and Gold, mind you. So yeah, it's like he's just been numerous times where he did, like, he basically agreed, or, you know, it's not like he was submitted, no. You know, he was basically behind, or the fact that WWE was in a downward spiral and stuff like that. So what's to say that he's not going to do the same? And Vince McMahon, he still is a majority shareholder. And like I said, this could pretty much be on paper. We don't know. Like I said, nobody knows about how. I know, but nobody truly knows if this is going to really take into effect until he really dies. So it's like, yeah, it doesn't. I'll never believe that. He's like, because he's still majority owner. He basically still he's the, like, why wouldn't he? He's the creator and owner of WWE, so why wouldn't he have a say? So he's still gonna be getting flack. Everybody's still gonna have to answer to Vince McMahon. You know, people can, you know, celebrate and laugh and, you know, tap dance all they want. You know, Vince is still in control. Whatever you want to say about the fact, and everybody still, you know, takes after Vince. So I'm not trying to hear any of that either. But yeah, Triple H was still, you know, behind the fact that you know, he didn't really care, I guess, or didn't stand up to the fact that WWE needed to change. So, like I said, if there's going to be a major change, especially with Triple H in charge, you know, obviously, none of the black and gold hilarious debacle, none of that. He needs to be a part of the future, and that's going back to what it worked and what excelled WWE. And that's just personalities, especially personalities and celebrities getting involved, like Logan Paul, or like I said before, like a Logan Paul or a Pokimane. They need to be within WWE, and they need to go after just superior athletes, and just like you need to go after wrestlers that's all about, as much as they're wrestling, but they need to be about their characters. And they need to be about their characters and improving on what's, you know, to having their own arsenal, building a story around them. I said none of these work rate, egotistical marks that think so highly, you know, that you know, are so embedded into themselves, you know, that they put their own ass on the shoulders and think that they're already big time when they're laughably not. They're a joke. So needs to be, like I said, like stars, like wrestlers, like I said, like Logan Paul and Austin Theory. That is the future. This needs to be the future, and that's what Triple H needs to start, you know, working on and build to that, contribute, and, you know, continue on that path to the future. So I'm hoping and praying for that, and Triple H, hopefully not, that he doesn't stead horribly backwards. So we're definitely gonna see. Like I said before, we're definitely gonna see, because Raw was decent. It was actually decent. Probably could say had one of the best main events that I've seen in Raw in a very, 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 very long time. Very long time. I know y'all have. Y'all probably would say that probably this is probably, I guess, one of the best decent. Probably gonna be like one of the best, if not only the best Raws in 2022, or like I said, in a long time. So, we're definitely going to see what's going to go forward with Triple H being the head of everything. He basically holding it all together. You know, Stephanie's the paper. Basically, she's the chairwoman now, and Nick Khan is going to continue on being a member of the board. So she's the chairwoman now of the WWE. basically the paper CEO, basically the paper boss of, half, and then half of everything, and Triple H is the half of everything else, basically controlling everything else day to day. And that's the WWE product. That's everything else. And he's the boss of that. So, yeah, the Helmsley McMahon era has officially started. A new era is definitely upon us. Wow, I definitely didn't picture me saying that. So I'm all here for it. If y'all have any suggestions too, who y'all think should be behind, like a Vince Russo or a Paul Heyman behind the helm as well to improve the product, yeah, let me know. Yeah, so y'all got what y'all wanted. Now there's no excuses. Now I don't want to hear any excuses about Triple H. It's not what he's doing. It's his fault. I don't want to hear nothing. Of course, the idiotic IWC claiming. I don't want to hear none of that. None of you fools claiming that he had nothing to do with it. It's not his fault. He controls everything. It looks like now. He's the head of everything, head of creative. So I don't want to hear no excuses. Just like the thumbnail of this video, no excuses. He's running everything now. So if he fails once again, it's all going to be on him, and it's just more even proof of the fact that he shouldn't be in the first place running this to begin with, regardless. So like I said, I don't want to hear no excuses. No excuses.